Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Kingsbury. Today we're going to do another Brian Reads the News segment. This one brought to us by AtoliaJewelry.com. It's an interesting story. 10 mythical sea creatures that will make you curious. This comes complete with photographs. We're going to get through this intro and take a look at these sea creatures. Let's get into it. In Greek mythology, there are a lot of mythical sea creatures that humans have been fascinated by. Even though there is no certainty about what lies underwater, humans are still curious and eager to know more about them. So it's no wonder that stories throughout history have captured the imaginations of humans. Mythical sea creatures have lived in the waters for centuries. If you've wondered about these sea creatures and what they're like, we will discuss them in this blog. Some mythical sea creatures may be strange and do not do good, and some are naughty and beautiful. So without further ado, read for more sea creatures that will make you curious. List of mythical sea creatures. Storytellers throughout history have lived in dark waters. They come in all sorts of giant creatures that may cause chaos on the surface. There are also mythical sea creatures that can lay large waste, so small sea creatures living in the ocean. Below are 10 mythical sea creatures that are interesting and will make you feel curious. Creature number 1. Kraken. One quote you probably heard is, "Release the Kraken." A kraken is a huge octopus in Norse mythology. This is one of the famous mythical sea creatures that fear sailors and seafarers who are sailing in waters. Krakens can just wrap its very large tentacles around ships and drag them down until they reach the bottom of the sea. Krakens are like the Greek version of Cetus. Both of them are large sea monsters, only that krakens resemble giant squid. Creature number 2 is the Cetus. In Greek mythology, Cetus is described as a sea monster. It can also be like the myth of Andromeda and Parisas, as a sea monster that Poseidon sent to scare the land of Ethiopia. Though the term may be vague, it can be based on stories and clues about Cetus. They can be a dragon, serpent, whale, shark, and even fish. Next sea creature is Calypso. Calypso is a nymph sea creature who runs to turn Odysseus to become immortal and marry him. However, he is married to Penelope. The story goes this way. While Odysseus is on his way home, he is imprisoned by Calypso for almost 7 years. On the island of Calypso, Athena requested Zeus to release Odysseus as captive of Calypso. Zeus complied to request right away. Next sea creatures are Scylla and Charybdis. Scylla and Charybdis are two different creatures. Scylla is known as a 6-headed sea monster who only lived under the rock in Messina's Straits. It represents the danger of the rocky shore. She was identified in many ways, and mostly she's described as a woman with dog heads and dragon-like tails that emerge on her body. On the other hand, Charybdis was the whirlpool that devoured the ships of sailors that escaped the anger of Scylla during the journey. These two creatures came from the legend of Odyssey. The next sea creature is sirens. Sirens are proof that not all sea monsters are scary and look threatening. Sirens are one of the mythical sea creatures that are the Finn folk of Greek mythology. They are popular because they can lure unwary sailors through their enchanting and lovely songs. Unfortunately, because of this, the ship of the sailors becomes wrecked and gets into the rocky coast of the Sirens. They are depicted as part bird and part woman. Sirens are also popular in Greek mythology about Jason and the Argonauts and Odysseus and his journey. The next sea creature is the Lernaean Hydra. Lernaean Hydra is a 9-headed serpent that is found on the Lerna coast. If only one of its heads was cut off, there would be 2 or more heads that would grow back in its place. These mythical sea creatures also live just near the underworld's entrance, and according to the 12 labors of Hercules, Lernaean Hydra must be slain. The next sea creature is Amabile. Amabile is a Japanese mythical sea creature that has been forgotten for years. It is known as a favorable yokai, class of a supernatural spirits famous through Japanese folklore. Amabile introduced himself to a man and foresee 2 things: a pandemic that would ravage the country and a rich harvest that would bless Japan for the next 6 years. However, it was instructed that to starve the disease off, people must draw the image of Amabile. It must be shared with as many people as possible. This sea creature also appeared to people whom she predicted about an imminent epidemic and good harvest. The next sea creature is Circe. If Scylla was swimming in the sea, Circe must have been jealous and poured a threatening medicine potion into the seawater. This caused Scylla to turn into a horrible monster with 4 eyes and 6 long necks that appear to be sneaky. Circe, mythical sea creature that comes with grisly heads, wherein each contains 3 rows of sharp teeth. Furthermore, the Circe, mythical sea creature, is a goddess who is also the daughter of the sun god called Hylos. Circe then turned Odysseus as well as his men into a swine on their voyage home. The next sea creature is Dagon. Dagon is another mythical sea creature that Lovecraft mentions in his stories. He was a god that is worshipped and adored in Old Syra that is just in the center of the Euphrates. In the settlements located in the Euphrates places, Dagon was known as the father of gods that is similar to the Hurrian Kamarba and Mesopotamian Enlil. The next sea creature is Vodyanoi. Vodyanoi is a water spirit that lives in streams, ponds, and rivers. He is a creature from the Slavic tradition and described as a male creature with a fat, saggy body and face covered with green hair. Vodyanoi also comes with a long green beard that stretches down his feet. It is believed that Vodyanoi got blamed for causing floods and drowning villagers. He is also believed to be responsible for kidnapping young girls through disguising as a flower. And to get rid of this mythical sea creature, people must bless the rivers where Vodyanoi usually appears. The article finishes with a key takeaway. It says here, it's no surprise that mythology fascinates people and makes them curious. The list of mythical creatures may remain a myth, but that's important is that we learn from them. Real or unreal, their stories become popular to us and could give us a lesson that we can relate to in real life and could make us or break us. Hopefully these lessons have taught us to become better versions of ourselves. Feel the spirit of the mystery covering the ocean by wearing our Atoli ocean-inspired jewelry. All right, there you have it. Another successful Brian Reads the News segment. Obviously, the pronunciation of some of those creatures was a little tricky, but I did my best. 10 mythical sea creatures that will make you curious. Not the best written, well-written article, but we got through it. AtoliJewelry.com if you want to check this one out and see all the photos. I think the photos were the most important factor of this article. You can kind of get a look at some of these sea creatures and see what they look about about, look like, and look them up online and maybe learn a little bit more about the stories behind them. Some of them were new to me. Obviously, trying to pronounce them all was a difficult part, but we got through it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at 10 mythical sea creatures. Let me know which one was your favorite. Which one didn't you know about? Put a comment in the comment section. I'd be interested to hear from you. And of course, if you like these sort of videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There I am, currently sitting at 1.22 thousand subscribers. Thank you to all you new subscribers who have joined the adventure. We have over 5,000 videos up on the channel, so there's plenty for you to watch up there. Go on up there, watch a few videos, hit that subscription button, and ring that notification bell. When you ring the bell, you'll be notified every time a new video drops. We got a lot of fun stuff on the channel right now. A lot of fun fact-finding videos like this one to let you know about some interesting creatures in the world. Thank you for watching this one to the very end. We'll talk to you on the next one. I'm Brian Kingsbury. Bye.